The major changes that you will see when performing safety and opacity inspections in the State of New York Vehicle Inspection Program, NYVIP-3, is the CVIS, Computerized Vehicle Inspection System, now prints the annual inspection certificate, and the opacity test is performed through the NYVIP-3 software and integrated opacity meter. Diesel-powered vehicles registered in the downstate NYMA area with a maximum gross weight, MGW, above 8,500 pounds and not subject to OBD testing are subject to an annual safety and diesel emissions inspection. In this section, we will cover how to properly use the NYVIP-3 CVIS to perform safety and diesel emissions inspections on heavy-duty diesel vehicles. Section modules include New York State's SNAP Acceleration Opacity Test, System Status and Calibration, Performing Safety and Diesel Emissions Inspections, Inspection Results. The New York State Heavy-Duty Diesel Safety and Emissions Test consists of the following events: CVIS System Access, Vehicle Data Entry, Entering Safety Inspection Results, SNAP Acceleration Opacity Testing, Test Completion, Print Inspection Certificate, Print Vehicle Inspection Report, VIR, and transmit records to Vehicle Inspection Database, VID. New York State uses a SNAP Acceleration Opacity procedure for testing diesel vehicle emissions. To ensure that the vehicle's engine is at normal operating temperature and that the engine accelerates correctly during testing, the CVIS uses an oil temperature probe and RPM sensors to send data to the NYVIP-3 software. The test is conducted in 2 phases: a 3-snap cleanout cycle followed by a 3-snap testing cycle. A snap cycle begins with the engine idling, and then the accelerator is quickly pressed and released, or throttle snapped. The cleanout phase allows the vehicle operator to become familiar with the proper throttle movement and to remove any loose soot which may have accumulated in the vehicle exhaust system. The test is performed with the vehicle in park or neutral. The average opacity readings of the 3 testing snaps are calculated and compared to a pass-fail standard. The 3-snap testing cycle begins after cleanout, and all 3 testing snaps need to be completed within 2 minutes. The NYVIP-3 CVIS software's opacity testing sequence guides you through the tests, making sure that temperature and all RPM conditions are met throughout the testing. Highly visible test progress bars change from red to green when a good snap acceleration has been recorded, and test timers tell you when it's time to accelerate and when it's time to idle. Before proceeding with a safety and diesel emissions inspection, check the status indicators on the left-hand side of the main menu. The icons should be green or black, indicating no problems exist. Any red icons, such as a lockout, indicates you won't be able to successfully complete the inspection. If the analyzer status icon is red with the word locked displayed, and the CALS DO icon is red with a number 1 displayed, the opacity meter needs to be calibrated before you can proceed with opacity testing. Before calibrating the opacity meter, remove the heated exhaust sample hose from the meter and lay the meter on its side. To navigate to the opacity meter calibration screen, from the main menu, click on the Utilities menu bar or press the number 2 key. Then click on the calibration bar or press the number 4 key. Next, click on the opacity meter bar or press the number 2 key. The opacity meter check screen will display. To begin calibration of the opacity meter, make sure the opacity meter is clear from obstructions. Lay the meter on its side. Click the Continue button to zero the meter. Locate the calibration glass. Carefully remove the glass from its protective sleeve and enter the reference opacity percentage into the dialog box. In this case, the reference is 63%. Click the Continue button to proceed. Insert the reference glass into the slot in the opening on the bottom of the meter, furthest from the power cord and the on-off switch. Click the Continue button to automatically complete calibration. Click the Continue button again. In the Status section of the screen, the Analyzer status icon will be green with the word Ready displayed, and the CALS Do icon will be green with 0 displayed. Remove the reference glass from the bottom of the opacity meter. Return the meter to the upright position. Place the reference glass back into its protective sleeve and carefully store the glass where it will not be damaged or scratched. You will use the glass to calibrate the opacity meter every 72 hours. Reconnect the heated exhaust sample hose. From the main menu, click on the Vehicle Inspection menu bar or press the number 1 key. The Vehicle Inspection menu will open. Click on the Safety Emissions bar or press the number 1 key. The Safety Emissions menu will open. Click on the Vehicle bar or press the number 1 key. A user authentication pop-up window will open. Remember to face the monitor and webcam while logging in to the CVIS. Scan your ID badge and key in your password into the text box. When you are identified, a box appears in the pop-up window with the status of your inspection licenses. To proceed with heavy-duty vehicle inspections, the HD icon needs to be green and indicate current. If the HD icon is red or your ID is not listed, contact the Opus Help Desk at 1-866-OBD-TEST, 1-866-623-8378. When you have been authenticated, the NYVIP3 software automatically performs a data file refresh to prepare for vehicle inspection. The NYVIP3 software allows for 3 different methods for obtaining the heavy-duty vehicle's identification number, or VIN. The preferred method is to scan the 2D barcode on the registration document or windshield registration sticker. If this method is not available, 2 other manual VIN data entry methods are provided: barcode scanning and manual keyboard entry. Click on the Cancel button to cancel the inspection. Otherwise, click on the Continue button to perform a VID Previous Test VIN lookup. Forming VID Previous Test VIN lookup screen is displayed when the NYVIP3 software is searching the VID for previous records, verifying the VIN and other vehicle record data. If the VIN or vehicle exists in the VID database, you will see Previous Test Information Found displayed in the lower section of the Performing VID Previous Test Registration Lookup screen. In the lookup results, the Previous Test Data Found item will be in green, and a green checkmark will be displayed. The VIN decode performed may or may not have been successful depending on the type of heavy-duty truck being inspected. If no previous test information found is displayed in the lower section of the Performing VID Previous Test Registration Lookup screen, the vehicle does not exist in the VID and must be entered manually. Vehicle data entry is discussed in greater detail in the Use and Maintenance of the NYVIP3 CVIS section of the program. The NYVIP3 software provides a data entry screen to enter all required data. To enter the plate, click in the Plate text box and enter the plate information using the keyboard. If this is the only information that needs to be addressed, click the Continue button to proceed to mileage entry and vehicle information review. If additional vehicle data needs to be entered or corrected, move to the Select Testing Parameters section of the screen. Using the pull-down menus in the text boxes, correct or select the vehicle's year, vehicle type, weight code, and whether the vehicle is registered in the downstate NYMA area. Next, select the vehicle's primary fuel type, diesel, from the list. Then scroll through the vehicle manufacturers, selecting the correct manufacturer from the pull-down list. And finally, select the correct model from the Select Model pull-down list. Click on the Continue button to proceed. An important pop-up window may appear depending on vehicle weight class. If the vehicle is a weight class 3 with a maximum gross weight, or MGW, as indicated on the registration certificate, over 10,000 pounds and under 18,001 pounds, it normally receives a light-duty safety inspection, unless the owner requests a heavy-duty inspection. If you are performing a heavy-duty safety inspection and want the correct inspection fee on the VIR, you need to click on the Yes button. A diesel engine modification screen will display to allow for changing engine types and specifications. Review the data and select the correct size of the exhaust tailpipe. Click on the Continue button to proceed. The odometer entry screen opens. You will need to enter the odometer reading twice. Round to the nearest mile. The software will not advance until both entries match. Again, click the Continue button to proceed. The final vehicle data entry screen is displayed. Carefully review all the information on the Inspection Data Summary screen. If any of the data items are incorrect, click on the corresponding button and the software will go back to a previous screen to change the data. When all the data is correct, click Continue to proceed to the Safety and Opacity Emissions inspection. Based on the VIN information entered into the CVIS, the NYVIP3 software will determine what type of safety and diesel emissions inspection the vehicle will receive. For non-OBD diesel-powered vehicles, the test type options will be Safety Only or Safety and Opacity Emissions. Most of the time in the NYMA area, the inspection will consist of a safety and opacity inspection. Click the Continue button to proceed. A pop-up window will appear asking whether the internal sticker media is installed in the sticker printer. The internal stickers are used on vehicles with windshields, where the sticker is applied from the inside of the windshield. Information on changing sticker media can be found in the Use and Maintenance of the NYVIP3 CVIS section of this program, or in the NYVIP3 CVIS User Manual. Click on the Yes button when the correct sticker media is loaded into the sticker printer. For some vehicles, you may see a screen asking if the vehicle has been altered to increase seating capacity. Typically, the answer is no. Entering Yes subjects the vehicle to a more stringent safety inspection. Enter N in the text box and click Continue to proceed. Next, perform a safety inspection on the vehicle in the same manner you've inspected heavy-duty vehicles in the past. Enter the steps you performed while checking the brakes into the Brake Wheels Check Information screen. Click on the options you performed from the Unselected Options text box to move them to the Selected Options text box. Click on Continue when complete. A Motorist Advisory Questions screen concerning correct tire pressure is next. Click on either the Yes or No button, then click on Continue to proceed. The main Safety Inspection entry screen opens. The 14 safety items list starts off with all items unchecked. Click on each of the items and then check on your testing results for each item by clicking the appropriate response button on the right side of the screen. Choose from Pass, Fail, Not Equipped, or Pass All Items. Click the Continue button to proceed with the Opacity Emissions section of the inspection. An attention screen is displayed to remind you to power up the opacity meter and to connect the serial cable to the opacity meter and the micro PC. Remember to allow a few minutes for the fan to operate. After reading the screen, click Continue to proceed. The Prepare for Opacity screen opens for entering the results of your functional inspection of the vehicle's diesel emission control devices, ECD. In Section 1, click on each of the 5 items and enter your functional testing results for each ECD item by selecting the appropriate response button to the right of each item. Choose from Yes, No, or Not equipped. In Section 2, determine whether the exhaust system is free from leaks. If you enter No to this question, the opacity test cannot be performed and the inspection will not proceed. If you select Yes, click the Continue button to answer 2 functional checks of the engine's operation. The first question asks if the engine speed governor is functioning correctly. If it is functioning correctly, answer Yes. The next question asks if the engine has been producing blue smoke for more than 3 seconds during warm-up or the speed governor check. Answer No if there was no extended period of blue smoke observed. Verify your answers are correct. Then click on the Yes button to proceed with the Snap Acceleration Opacity Test. The RPM source selection screen is displayed next. The screen allows you to observe RPM and oil temperature data that the NY-VIP3 opacity testing software will use during snap acceleration testing. Make sure the contact probe is highlighted in the RPM source selection box. Place the VTEC handheld digital tachometer and oil temperature tool close to the vehicle in a position where you can read the display. Remove the dipstick from the engine and wipe it down with a shop towel. Using the dipstick as a guide, adjust the stopper on the oil temperature probe to the same length as the dipstick. Snake the oil temperature probe down the dipstick tube into the crankcase oil. If the vehicle has been warming up, the oil temperature reading on the VTEC and the CVIS screen should begin to rise. Next, clip the battery RPM sensor clamps on the battery terminals and observe the RPM readings for stability. In most cases, the battery sensor works better than the vibration sensors. When stable RPM reading are being observed, click the Continue button to return to the Prepare for Opacity screens. Click on the Zero button to zero calibrate the opacity meter. Observe the oil temperature. A minimum reading of 40 degrees Celsius is required to continue testing. Place the heated exhaust sample probe tip in the tailpipe. Click on the Continue button to advance to the opacity test. For demonstration purposes, we are using an additional technician to snap the throttle during this inspection sequence. This testing can be accomplished with one inspector. Click the Continue button to start the opacity snap acceleration test. Pay attention to the test sequence timers. When the red display bar begins to move across the screen, quickly press the accelerator to the floor and observe the RPM increase. The display bar will change from red to green when the software has seen an acceptable rise in engine RPM. Return the engine to idle between requests to snap the throttle. To complete the test, perform 3 cleanout snaps and at least 3 test snaps within the allotted test time. The software may require additional snaps if readings for the initial 3 snaps vary significantly. When the testing has been completed, the screen will display Opacity Test Complete and remind you to remove the exhaust probe from the tailpipe. When you click on Continue to proceed, a blue smoke pop-up screen will display, asking whether you observed the vehicle emitting blue smoke for more than 3 seconds during the opacity test. Select the Yes or No button. Click on the Continue button to finish the inspection. The system will display a performing end-of-test processing screen while final test results are being computed and saved. Turn the engine off. A sticker issuance pop-up is displayed, reminding you that the internal sticker media needs to be installed and that the sticker printer is online. Click the OK button to print the inspection certificate when the correct sticker type is verified. The inspection certificate will print from the sticker printer. To proceed with the inspection, answer the sticker issuance pop-up question indicating the inspection certificate printed properly. Selecting Yes allows the inspection to proceed. Selecting No will result in the reissuance of a new sticker. On the sticker assignment screen, enter the number that is printed on the sticker media in the actual printed sticker number box by scanning the barcode in the lower left corner of the inspection certificate. The number entered into the actual printed sticker number box should be the same as the number in the expected sticker number box to proceed. If the two numbers do not match, a sticker or range of stickers must be voided. This process is covered in the Use and Maintenance of the NYVIP3 CVIS section of this program, or in the NYVIP3 CVIS User Manual. When the numbers match or a void has been entered, press the Continue button. Affix the inspection certificate to the vehicle's windshield. Remove the oil temperature probe. Replace the dipstick. Disconnect the RPM sensor clamps from the battery and hang the VTEC tool on the cabinet. Answer the sticker handling question in the dialog box about placing the sticker on the vehicle's windshield successfully. Selecting Yes allows the inspection to proceed. Selecting No will result in the reissuance of a new certificate. After entering the actual inspection certificate number, the NYVIP3 CVIS automatically creates and prints a VIR for the inspection. The inspection file is sent to the VIR printer for output. The system also conducts a communication session updating the VID servers. The VIR can be viewed or reprinted at the end of the inspection or at a later time using the VIR reprint function. At the end of the Safety and Opacity Emissions inspection, the NYVIP3 software calculates an overall inspection pass or fail. If the vehicle fails inspection, the software generates a fail VIR. The inspection can fail for 3 primary reasons: a failed safety item, a failed section of the opacity emissions test, or a failure of both. Opacity emissions fail test results can be caused by one or more of the following: diesel ECD component or components functional inspection failure or failures, failure of the opacity test, failure of the visual blue smoke test. All inspection failures due to safety component failures must be repaired to a passing condition before an inspection sticker can be issued. All inspection failures due to an opacity emissions failure must be repaired to a passing condition or to the waiver limit minimum threshold before an inspection sticker can be issued. Issuing waivers for emission repairs is covered in the Station Management and Administrative Functions section of the program and in the NYVIP3 User Manual.